Good evening guys, my name is NVidia and this recording of Rise of the Necromancer Diablo 3 is brought to you by Razorlight Entertainment. We have just started a new game in Diablo 3 with Master difficulty, having upgraded our weapon and being ready to really push the gameplay up. So we're going to go with Master difficulty, we're going to try and level up to about level 30, level 40, and then we'll switch to an even higher difficulty. As we have recapped before, destroy lots of things and get a huge bonus to movement speed, which is about, oh yeah, greatly increased. You see how fast I'm moving. I already have marathon movement speed.
We'll find it.
Here we go. Of course we'll find it, you douchebag. Now, one interesting thing about the Rise of the Necromancer is that our damage is also basically poison based. Now we have a little bit of an internal issue, I think, because the game is a bit laggy. We hope that works out good.
Some time ago, I revealed that the Khazra, or Goatmen, were originally humans until the Vigerai corrupted them. For many years, these creatures were simple and lethargic. These days have ended. Khazra attacks are widely reported, and the number of fatalities is higher than anything in my records.
Says the guy who runs away from everything. Well, the bonus pet that you get after buying the Rise of the Necromancer pack, the half golem, the half pet, whatever it is, it's actually a half-one golem. It's pretty good at picking up gold for you. I really recommend having that equipped because it just saves you from having to move around trying to pick up loot.
You will make a fine corpse.
Oh, we have a third skill now! Woohoo! We're also doing a lot of extra damage because of how we upgraded weapons, which was the whole point of upgrading the weapons in the first place. And all our skills are based entirely on the physicality of the weapon, which means all our bonuses, all our minions, everything, all our minions do damage based on our weapon. Stronger our weapon, our minions are deadly. Which is why we're actually coasting through even master level. If we keep doing really well, I'm going to increase that to hardcore or whatever it's called, can't get in there. Also a new skill. We want to in order to really push our Necromancer to his limits. Also just to have a lot of masochistic fun. Now they do a fantastic job really, the minions. If you can deck your character, they do a terrific job of damaging. And you also don't have to approach the poison trees because your golem does the job of faster.
I don't like the look of that.
That glow. I must be near a piece of the sword.
see the attack speed bonus goes. Try and use as much as we can. Hello! Oh, actually doing...
My insight running.
Incredible
I hate
feat.
those. I really do. I hate those things. The arcs of doom, as I call them, but... Oh, this is a crypt. It's a crypt dungeon.
Forces arrayed against us that are stronger than we ever imagined. Some greater purpose lies behind these trials, but I do not yet know it.
We shall set things right. That is all you need to know.
That's not the fairly pragmatic, honestly. Just do the job, don't worry about any sort of far-fetched philosophies, just try them all.
Consumes you.
I think one of the skill things Blizzard will have to address is the area of effect for the decrepify skill, because I think right now it's imbalanced. We can do a lot of damage with decrepify.
The night embraces you.
Because we can just kill the enemy's mobility and speed over a huge area. I think for me at least that's kind of imbalanced right now. It shouldn't be that simple. Now it's a fantastic skill to have. You can use that and that alone to go through so many enemies. At least in master difficulty, I think, yeah, it's a bit too easy. And it has to be rectified. We are approaching level 21. And I think at our skill, it's safe to say we can actually start another new game at a higher difficulty rate.
This world can abide you no longer. I have trained well.
There we go, level 21. Quite a bit of fun, guys. I think I would say at this point the Necromancer is a decent class to play. Just gonna give our follower a Frost your aid. Yeah, I'll take this
I
one.
will use it well.
torment. Please, free my family from their cursed existence. I can hear them digging.
Be on your guard. Spirits lie.
Well, prepare to face my wrath.
Our meddling daughter will do well to leave us be. You will pay for her weakness.
Nope, I think
It's folly to disturb us.
At last, they are free. Thanks to you, my family can now rest, free from the curse they brought upon themselves.
Some spirits linger to right past wrongs. I was mistaken about her.
Well, either way, all that matters is we get loot. We set right the dead. Blizzard will introduce romance options for our family of healers, you know, one Nephilim to another Nephilim, blah 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 blah. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice way to get rid of goblins? Gnomes, goblins? That's a really nice way to do that. Just order all your minions to gut them. I mean, I've said this ad nauseum now, guys, but weapon damage is what affects skill power for the Necromancer, so you just have the better weapons, you get more skill damage. It's that simple. And use your pet golem to pick up all the gold. You don't have to worry about anything then. You don't have to worry about stepping into poison or anything like that. Of course, it'll be worth seeing how the late game bosses are handled by these minions, how well they survive. So, again, Diablo or in close quarters places. Interesting to see that, but I think they should be okay though. This is a big map. It really is a huge map.
Do not fear the end.
The light grows stronger within you.
Okay, I think we're finally approaching the borders of this map, so we should be okay. We're doing pretty damn well, aren't we? Okay, let's do this. I think we're ready to increase the difficulty level again, guys, because I think with the weapon that we have, we're doing pretty well. We can afford to do that. That's something to think about. Go to the next quest. Sheltered cottage or not, they weren't very sheltered. Let's enter this dungeon, guys. The Scavenger's Den. We're actually having quite a bit of fun. I would still say the fun factor is about 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. There's expansion. Corpse explosion certainly contributes a lot to the fun factor. Incredibly high. That's a quick trip to level 2. Yeah, corpse explosion all the way. I especially love the fact that minions also radiate the shockwave that emits when you level up. Now that's really cool.
Weakness consumes you.
The only thing with the Necromancer is you have to be on the lookout for a corpse. The moment it appears, you have to slap on the corpse explosion to do max damage. Okay, take me to the entrance of the dungeon. We still have a bit to explore. One of the things that makes a huge difference is the movement bonus we get from Paragon levels. I don't
We'll rip these brutes to shreds.
I mean, you can cover a lot of ground very quickly with a high movement
together
speed.
on this path.
Why is that?
You fight with both honor and ferocity. I know that a pure soul must burn within you.
My bag is full.
Oh, really? Just throw out a useless item and we'll take the rest.
Decay and rot!
I think we're done here, guys. Let's go. Level 23. That's one of the reasons I increased the difficulty, because we can really get some levels really fast and level up exponentially more than we could with the normal difficulty rate.
I am undone. Demon spawn have taken root in my fields.
Then you must go.
This land is all my family house. I cannot leave.
Overburdened.
That was a job pretty well, guys. We're done.
My land is saved. Bless you.
Tristram's families will not starve thanks to the work we have done today.
Okay, I didn't realize one farm is enough to... Well, I guess it is, considering it's a small town. enter the Khazra Den. I think this is where we'll find one of the mystic swords that belongs to the Stranger, whose identity we all know having played the game for 1 billion years, but hey, we'll pretend that he's the Stranger. Anyway. That's the thing I like about Corpse Explosion. I've said this ad nauseam now,
We must hurry with the ritual. Magda will be here soon. It's time.
Here's the sword piece.
Who are you to take what is mine?
It belongs to another.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
Then you have made an enemy.
Very well. Let the games begin. Well fought, but you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
Okay. Here we got the first piece. And we also encountered a new enemy by the name Magda, who's apparently rich, but looks really creepy. Sure. I guess let's take a look at the map. We've covered pretty much everything here. I'd like to go to that place, I don't know what's in there.
I am returning to town.
Yes, partly because my backpack is full. Overly full, I would say. Also because I want to be a pervert and raid his room. No books. It's supposed to be something there, guys. Anyway.
I've decided to write an epic poem on the...
I'll just check again. Yeah, they're gone. There's some sort of bug there that they don't give you all the books very easily.
I recovered a piece of the sword, but members of the coven are pursuing it as well.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Well, I'd say the guy doesn't have class. Let's see. Okay. We're getting some pretty good equips going forward. Makes me very happy. Let's see. No, we're not gonna need a weapon unless it's socketed for quite some time now. Okay. Yeah, even if it's a 1% damage reduction, the toughness and the recovery is something I do appreciate. lots of gems we have. We should be focusing on merging them into higher quality gems. We won't do that right now. We still do not have anything that approaches the sheer power of this. Let me just try what happens if we try to close one of these hammers. If we get a socketed weapon, it's going to be nothing like it. There's actually quite a lot. Okay, cancel. No. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put a socket inside it. I'm going to this wonderful lady over here.
The foul witch waits for you to unseal the temple of the ancients, that she may strike. Her master would sacrifice anything to control the destiny of the stranger. I would tell you to be careful, but you wouldn't listen, would you?
Well, it wouldn't be much of a game.
Do not question the path you are on. It will lead you through things that will try your very soul. But you'll always have me to talk to.
Talking is a waste of time.
You pretend you are a rock, but I know the softness you don't want anyone to see. Why else would you continue to come and talk to Miriam?
Okay, so what I would like you to do... no. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Select property. Thank you very much. That will do. Okay, now we go to cover
the attacks may be slowing down, but this town is done.
Okay, covetous. We will go here, remove gem. And we now take a look at the basic properties of the two weapons. This is about 39. Weapon and the intelligence has got more power, so we'll just equip that. That will give us more damage. Which is what we always want. More.
I have some new
They know where the next piece is. Their leader said it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leia. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leia, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
A most unusual sword fragment, isn't it?
Indeed. It feels familiar to me, though the rest is still unclear.
It looks like a weapon for a great warrior.
If that is what I am, then my strength has gone with my memory.
Such things have a way of returning to us in times of need.
Tyrion is the angel of justice. He has been helping mankind for generations, though he is forbidden to do so in any direct manner. Long ago, the high heavens and the burning hells made a pact as a result of the Sin War that they would not interfere in our world.
So Tyrion is bound to his word, even though the demons have broken their pact.
The Angiris Council, the archangels that lead heaven, almost destroyed our world once to keep the demons from spreading their corruption upon it. If Tyrael were to act directly, it would alert the Council to the demons' activities here and imperil us all.
Interesting.
Magda's coven is a remnant of an ancient religion called the Triune that worshipped the Primevals as gods.
The Primevals are gone. Who do they serve now?
The last two evils, Asmodan and Belial, remain. And if either of them are behind this coven, then our troubles are only beginning.
Okay, so we have to go with her. Where do we have to go with her? The Fields of Misery. Let's take a look at our skills, guys. We actually got new passive slots, so we'll take a look at the passive skills. I didn't
You
want
and
this
I
because
aren't
that
so
means
different.
it's rubbish.
I have great power within me too. The only difference is I have no control over mine.
Then you must learn to master it.
It's only happened a few times in my life, and only when I was in grave danger. Something rises up from deep within me and, well, I can't really explain it.
So the Commander of the Risen Dead passive skill reduces the command skeleton's essence cost and the cooldown of command golem. Okay. Increases the attack speed of bone spikes, siphon blood, and green set. 15%. And we do use bone spikes. So to increase the duration of the skeletal mages and revive minions by 25%.
These fields used to be so beautiful. Uncle Deckard told me stories of them when I was a little girl.
Alright, we'll go with that for now. Bone spikes now is bone pillars. Grimset has dual 6. Second blood is a new rune. The first one is Bloodsucker. You fill in all health globes within 40 yards by siphoning. Second, the next one is enemies are slowed by 75% by your second blood from them. Siphon blood damage turns into cold. But again, it's not an area of effect skill, which is problematic, at least for me. It's not. Okay, let's check out the other stuff. Bone spear with teeth. Skeletal mage now has skeleton archer. Raise the skeleton archer that is 100% weapon damage is called. Skeleton archer increase your attack speed for 5 seconds by 3% each time they deal damage. Maximum 10 stacks, which is 50 seconds, 30%. I guess.
Surely there is someone out there who would benefit from our aid right now.
Decanoa heals for 1% of your health per target.
This is about as exciting as the time Uncle Deckard and I spent the summer in Bramwell. People are quite boring there.
As physical. Okay. New there. Corpse lance. As a new one called Brutal Touch. Enemies become brutal, increasing the chance to be crit by 5% for 5 seconds each time they hit the corpse lance. Okay, we also have Devour and Revive. We'll take a look at that elsewhere. Okay, we're not able to see it in the slot currently, so we'll just put the correct skill, bone spikes with bone pillars. Now let's take a look at the curses. Decrepify, as we have seen before, reduces movement speed and damage. Causes enemies have a 10% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds. That's good. Then Leech, which drains 2% of the total health. Enemies that die while kills will spread the curse to a nearby unaffected target. Crippling curse that kills enemies with less than 15% health. Seriously? Well, what that technically means is that you essentially kill enemies at 85% health instead of 100%. Of course we're gonna keep it. Does that have a rune? No. Corpse Explosion now has other skills.
I used to love traveling, seeing the world. When the balance is lost,
Devour
everything
consumes
changes.
corpses within 60 yards, restore
Yes,
10 essence.
it's not like it was.
Have no fear, Leah. We will make this world safe again.
Target an area revving up to 10. Jesus Christ. For 15 seconds. Oh, that is some force multiplier right there. I'm still gonna keep Corpse Explosion, but that is some force multiplier for 15 seconds. Large amount of time. Command Skeletons now has a new one called new rune called Frenzy. Commanded skeletons go into a frenzy, gaining 25% increased attack speed while they attack a target. Okay, so I guess that's an active rune. Command the golem to collapse into 8 corpses. Ice Golem. Command the golem to launch an icy blast at the target, looking feeling enemies with 3 seconds, increasing their chance to be critically struck by 3%. 10 seconds. That's actually a damn good skill right there. Army of the Dead. Oh boy. Raise a massive skeletal army to pummel the target location, dealing 12,000% weapon damage in a 15-yard radius. Blizzard, are you crazy? Jesus. Also have Bone Armor, which costs 10 essence with a cooldown of 10 seconds. Rip bones from the nearby enemies, dealing 125% weapon damage as physical. And create armor that reduces damage taken by 3% per enemy hits. Maximum of 10 enemies, that's 30% damage reduction. Lasts 60 seconds. I have to say, Blizzard is nuts. So this is what we are going to do. We're going to keep Frailty because we can use this skill to just deal death at 85% instead of 100% enemy health. I'm going to keep both of these. And turn it into Ice Golem. Go into a frenzy, guys. I do want to keep Corpse Explosion actually. Bone Armor. Replace Bone Armor with... Well, honestly, I do want to use the Skeletal Archers, but we're not going to do that. I'll use Revive, it's a terrific
When this is over,
skill.
I could open my own little inn somewhere. If I live.
That would suit you.
Well, if you ever want a job, I will consider your credentials. Shouldn't we be going?
Oh, this is a big force multiplier for 15 seconds. But it still requires the corpses, whereas this 2-minute cooldown. I know, that's a huge damage skill. I'm conflicted between Revive... 15 seconds. 120-second cooldown is a big problem, for me at least. Let me just check my character details, guys. Do we have... cost reduction? We don't have any cooldown reduction, actually. Well, we'll see how this works out, but I think eventually, I would be going with Revive. Yeah, let's go with Revive. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop this video here for today, and we'll be back next time with more gameplay from Rise of the Necromancer Diablo 3. Enjoy guys, this is JDave from Razorlight Entertainment. Peace, cheers.